Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Shiv Kumar News. Here I am only reading the Hindu newspaper. My purpose and aim is improving my knowledge and English only, nothing else. Therefore, please support and guide me. This is our first article. 22 missing after avalanche hits Bro project site. Of 55 civilians at the site in Uttarakhand, 10 have been rescued, say army. 23 believed to be safe. Continuous snowfall hinders effort to rescue workers trapped under a mountain of ice. IMD has issued an advisory on possibility of the further avalanche in mountainous districts. Heroic's task. Army personnel engaged in rescue work following an avalanche that struck a camp near Mana village in Chamoli district of Uttarakhand. Article written by Ishita Mishra, New Delhi. In a life of death race against time, team front from the Indian Army and the Indo-Tibetan Border Police are working to save 22 workers who are feared to be trapped be- beneath the ice after the devastating glacier avalanche hit a border road organization Bro project site at Mana village in Uttarakhand Chamoli district at around 5 am on Friday. According to the Uttarakhand government, there were 57 civilian workers present at the affected site where Bro construction work has been ongoing for the past 2 years. Chamoli district disaster response officer Nand Kishore Joshi said that the worker has been sleeping inside a couple of containers when the avalanche hit their shed. The victims include the construction worker as well as earth mover driver and other machine operator. There has been continuous snowfall in the area for the past 48 hours, he said, adding that while many of the workers managed to run out of the shed, many others are trapped under the mountains of ice that has covered the site. Army Brigade's commander Mandeep Dhillon said that a dedicated rescue team comprising 7 officers, 17 junior commission officers, JCO, and 150 other personnel of the IBX brigade, which is trained for rescue operations in the Himalaya, has been deployed in Mana village since 8 am. They are equipped with specialized medical team and engineering equipment. 10 people have been rescued so far, who are under the treatment by army doctor. The operation remains ongoing with all resources focused on saving limbs, Brigadier Dhillon said. He added that 22 other workers were reported to be safe. Later, the state government said that they had managed to trace the whereabouts of one more worker and clarified that two other workers had been on leave. Injured workers have been admitted to the army hospital in Mana, according to a statement from the state disaster response force. The doctor have stitched up a couple of the rescue workers who suffered grievous injuries on their heads and other parts of the body. Adverse weather. The rescue operation were forced to stop multiple times during the day due to extreme weather conditions with continuous snow and rainfall in the upper reaches of the Himalaya, including at Mana. The India Meteorological Department has issued an advisory on the snowfall and the possibility of the further avalanches in mountainous districts, along with the precautionary measure to be taken. The state government also issued two helpline numbers that can be contacted by the kin of the trapping workers seeking information about the rescue, as the communication channel at the sites remain non-functional due to the bad weather. Sad news was received about many workers being buried under an avalanche during the construction work being carried out by the Bro near Mana village in Chamoli district. Relief and rescue operations are being carried out by ITBP Bro and other rescue team, Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami said. described it as a tragic incident. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh said that he has spoken to the Chief Minister and taken stock of the situation. So, guys, this is our first article. Now, this is our second article. Make a deal or we're out. Trump's tells agency France Press Washington. USA President Donald Trump and Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky clashed in an extraordinary shouting match in the Oval Office on Friday, leaving effort to end the war with Russia hanging in the balance. You are either going to make a deal or we'll go out, a furious Trump told Mr. Zelensky as a meeting that was meant to ease tensions over the sudden USA outreach to Russia ended up inflaming them. You are gambling with lives of millions of the people. You are gambling with World War III, and what you are doing is very disrespectful to this country, Mr. Trump added. USA President Donald Trump and Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky at the White House Oval Office on Friday. So, guys, this is our first editorial. The necessity of mainstreaming wetland conversion. Editorial written by Shri Kumar Chattopadhyay is a scientist retired Center for Earth Science Study, Thiruvananthapuram, and consultant Kerala Development and Innovation Strategic Council, Thiruvananthapuram. The conservation and the management of wetland have emerged as a challenge as these are linked to other development issues. Now we start the editorial. The suo motu public interest litigation by the Meghalaya High Court very recently to monitor the conservation of the wetland in the state bring the focus back on this important ecosystem. In 1971, February 2 is observed every year as World Wetland Day to mark the adoption of the Ramsar Convention, an international treaty for the conservation of wetland, which was signed in the Iranian city of Ramsar. The theme this year was protecting wetland for our common future. It is a theme that has appropriately positioned wetland in the sustainable development perspective as exposed in the Brundtland report Our Common Future and published by the UN World Commission in Environment and Development in 1987. Many pressure wetland, one of the most biological productive ecosystem, provide multiple benefit globally. Wetlands cover an area of 12.1 million kilometer square 2 or around 6% of the earth's surface, providing 40.6% of the global ecosystem services. However, they are under the severe stress both qualitatively and quantitatively due to the various development activity including population growth, urbanization, industrialization, and increasing demand for land to cater to various human needs and climate change. In 1900, as much as 50% of the area under wetland has been diverted to accommodate the various other uses, as one of the study indicated. Wetland surface area, both coastal and inland, declined by about 35% between 1970 and 2015. Globally, the rate of loss estimate with the wetland extent trend WET index is minus 0.78% a year, which is more than 3 times higher than the loss of rate of natural vegetation as estimated by the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. Around 81% of the inland waterland species population and 36% of the coastal and marine species have been declining since 1970, and the extinction risks of wetland species, both plants and animals. It is increasing globally. The conservation and the management of the wetland have emerged as a major challenge as they are linked to other development issues and can serve as a devastating nature-based solution for water management and the mitigation of the climate change impacts. Besides providing blue green infrastructure in urban area, recognizing the importance of the wetland in the larger development context. At the Ramsar Convention COP14 that was held in Wuhan, China and Geneva, Switzerland from November 5 13 2022 laid stress on preparations of the Ramsar strategic plan and recognized that the conservation and management of wetland cannot be stand-alone initiative. It need to be contextualized and appropriately linked to other international environment development initiatives. Accordingly, the COP14 argue that implementations of the Ramsar strategic plan will be an important contribution toward the achievement of the sustainable development goal, meeting the global biodiversity target, the United Nations Framework Convention of Climate Change. It would also align with the UN Decade of Ecosystem Restoration and any relevance work of the Intergovernmental Science Policy Platform on Biodiversity and Ecosystem Service IPBES, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change IPCC, and the global programs relating to wetlands. The global changes resulting from the COVID-19 pandemic and greater knowledge about the impact of the biodiversity loss and climate change since COP13 or the 13th meeting of the Conference of the Parties to the Ramsar Convention on Wetland 2018 reinforce the urgency to arrest the loss of wetland. The situation in India. India is a signatory of the Ramsar Convention as of 2013. 2023, the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change has designed 75 Ramsar site wetlands of the international importance in the country. These are distributed from the coast to Himalaya territory and are diverse in nature. Even some of the river stretches, such as that of the Upper Ganga River, are designed as Ramsar sites. However, identification of the Ramsar site does not necessarily contribute to its conservation. Moreover, the area under the Ramsar site together cover 1.33 million hectares, or around 8% of the 15.98 million wetlands presently known and mapped as reported in the National Wetland Decadal Change Atlas 2017-18 prepared by Space Application Centers SAC. Government of India. Based on location, wetlands are classified as inland and man-made. By 2017-18, India had 66.6% of the wetlands as nature wetland, 43.9% as inland wetland, and 22.7% of coastal wetland. The area under the wetland is not a static figure. The general trend indicate a reduction in natural wetlands and increase in man-made wetland across the country. The SAC study shows that the nature wetlands along the coast are declining even short span of 2006-7 to 2017-18. According to an estimate by the Wetland International South Asia WISA, nearly 30% of the natural wetland in India have been lost in the last 4 decades due to urbanization, infrastructure building, agriculture expansion, and population. The loss is more in urban areas, especially around major urban centers. It reported that from 1970 to 2014, Mumbai lost 1% of its wetland. Another study has shown that the wetland in East Kolkata have shrunk by 36% in 30 years from 1991 to 2021. A recent WWF study has indicated that Chennai has lost 85% of its wetland. There have been several studies indicating the loss of ecosystem service due to the degradation of the wetlands around the world. One such study of Cali City in Colombia had brought out that the estimated loss of the total ecosystem services due to loss of urban wetland is $76,827 a hectare in a year. In the pre-urban area, the loss is estimated at $30,354 a year. The bigger dimension at present, most wetland management initiatives in India address the ecological and environmental aspect of the wetland ecosystem. The study are also limited to some of the major wetland at the global level. Apart from wetland biodiversity, there is stress on wetland distribution and a characterization of the wetland and human impact to evaluate and prioritize the wetland for conservation. Given the varied ecosystem services and value that they offer to society, wetland from an integral part of ecological, economic, social security. It is important to recognize this larger dimension and investigate the physical, social, and economic factor, including alterations in land use within the catchment area, the driver which have lead to modification in wetlands surrounding and the ex situ pressure contributing to wetland degradation and governance structure. Wetland act as a source as well as sink of carbon. Therefore, their role in climate change mitigation has to be carefully evaluated and monitored, something which is hardly attempted now. More effective and comprehensive management strategies are required in response to escalating stress from various climate and anthropogenic factors. The present approach is inefficient to address all these issues. Wetlands management warrant an initiative in ecosystem based approach, and it should be mainstream within the development plan as advocating during the Ramsar COP14. So guys, this is our second article, truce under fire. All sides must ensure that the war in Gaza ends permanently. As the first phase of the Israel-Hamas ceasefire come to an end on Saturday, there are growing signs that the already fragile truce is under enormous strain. When the deal was reached in mid-January, the understanding was that it would be implemented in three phases. In the first, Israel was required to reposition some of its troops, letting displaced Palestine move from the south to the north, and release more than 8,000 security prisoners in return for some 32 hostages. In the second phase, both sides are required to bring the war to an end, while the third phase is about the reconstruction of Gaza. In the first 42 days, both sides stuck to their commitment despite challenges. Hamas released 38 hostages and Israel freed hundreds of prisoners. Talks for the second phase were to begin days earlier. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu sent a delegation to Cairo only on Thursday, and according to the deal, Israel was to complete the withdrawal of its troops from the Philadelphia corridor and the 14-kilometer stretch along southern Gaza border with Egypt by Saturday, but the Thursday and Israel soldiers ruled out an Israeli pullback from the corridor, casting doubts on the future of the ceasefire. When Israel launched the war on Gaza following Hamas October 7, 2023 cross-border attack in which 1,200 people were killed, Mr. Netanyahu declared the objectives were the dismantling of the Hamas and release of the hostages. But after 15 months of war, in which nearly 48,000 Palestinians have been killed and more than 1 lakh wounded. Israel achieved neither of the goal, which eventually forced Mr. Netanyahu to strike a deal with Hamas to get the hostage out. For permanent ends of the war, Israel had to leave Gaza. If Mr. Netanyahu withdraw his troops, Hamas will remain in power in the enclave, an outcome that lead to the collapse of his right religious government. The proposal by United States President Donald Trump to own Gaza and ethnically cleanse the strip's 2.3 million Palestinians seem to have hundreds Israeli position further, but by keeping its troops in Gaza, is Israel is not only violating the terms of the ceasefire but is also stepping into the abyss. Despite its superior focus and unmatchable firepower, Israel has failed to destroy Hamas, which is the words of Israel Defense Forces spokesperson Daniel Hagari is rooted in the hearts of the Palestinians. After the first phase of the ceasefire, Hamas will still have over 60 hostages. So, if Israel refuses to act Gaza and extend the ceasefire, what is awaiting to enclave is war of articulation. Instead, the Jewish state should honor its commitment under the agreement. The USA, rather than make outlandish statements such as ethnically cleaning Palestinians, should use its leverage over Israel and Arab neighbors to implement the ceasefire and withdraw a plan for post-war Gaza that include its governance and reconstruction. So, guys, this is international shorts news. London Starmer to host Ukraine summit tomorrow. NATO released to attend. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer will host a Sunday summit with over 45 European leaders to bolster support for Ukraine and discuss security. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky will attend alongside NATO and EU leaders. Talks still address military aid, economic pressure on Russia, and lasting peace. Moscow, Russia arrests two over allies plot to kill Putin-linked priest. Russia FSB on Friday said it arrested two church figures for allegedly plotting to assassinate Tikhon Shekhanov, 66, whom Russian media have described for a year as Putin's confessor. Under Ukrainian intelligence order, the suspect reportedly planned to bomb Mr. Shekhanov's residence. Los Angeles police probing suspicious deaths of Jenna Heck. Sorry. Police probing suspicious death of Jenna Hackman and his wife. Authority will provide on Friday an update about their investigation into the death of Oscar-winning cinema giant Gene Hackman and his wife. They called the death suspicious but found no extreme external trauma or sign of foul play. Carbon monoxide and toxicology results are pending investigation. Los Angeles. This needs repeat. Another milestone. Kohli set for 300th one-day Bracewell in a way of star better. Virat Kohli could play his 300th ODI against New Zealand on Sunday, and former IPL teammate Mitchell Bracewell and some glowing praise for the star India batter. I think that the massive achievement, 300th game across a career, is very impressive, and then to put that in just one format is amazing. Unperturbed. 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 New Zealand not concerned about India playing all games in Dubai. Amidst a growing debate about whether India has an unfair advantage by playing all its games at Dubai, New Zealand all-rounder Mitchell Bracewell said his side is not concerned about it. Oh, look, it is what it is. It has been decided, and that's the why It is. There is no point in dwelling on that. Enough is enough. Butler quits as England white ball captain after City failure. Josh Butler Josh Butler said on Friday he would step down England white ball captain after a disastrous champion trophy campaign ending with the side failing to reach the semi-final. I am going to stand down as England captain and it is the right decision for me and the team, the 34-year-old said at a press conference. Favorite South Africa takes on England with a foot in semi-final. South Africa meets England in the final Group B match of the Champion Trophy in Karachi on Saturday. Both the Proteas and Afghanistan have 3 points each. However, South Africa is the favorite to advance to the semi-final along with Australia. The Proteas have a net run rate of 2.40 compared to the Afghan 0.99. So guys, this is our today one important one vocabulary word is promote. It is a verb. हिंदी में इन्हें प्रेरित करना. Induce, synonymous, make moves. Antonymous, discourage. Example 10, curiosity promoted him to look inside. So guys, this is today video. Please like, comment, share and don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel for further more update and more video. Press bell icon for notification. Thanks for watching. We meet tomorrow or next video. Thanks. Jai Hind.